Your woman believes she is her own person. She chooses what she thinks, controls what she feels, decides what she does. She dictates her thoughts, emotions, and actions independently from other people. Your woman believes she is her own master. But is that really the case? Of course not. Like any other woman, she is in fact under control, like a puppet on strings pulled by unseen hands. She has limited sway over what she thinks or feels. What's more, she's not even consciously directing her own actions. Like other women, she drifts through life, thinking and behaving with little awareness. But what's pulling her strings? Imagine a hidden force that controls, manipulates, and governs her every move. This mysterious entity makes her dance to its tune without her realizing it. It's as if she's living a scripted existence, treading a path already set by this puppet master. What's this unseen force? Her identity. What identity? To explain, let me introduce you to Elsbeth. Who is Elsbeth? Elsbeth is an English woman. Elsbeth lives in Knightsbridge. Elsbeth went to Oxford. Elsbeth is the first child of Lady Baxter Downing. Elsbeth is married to Sir James Ford, Englishwoman, Londoner, Oxonian, scion of the Baxter Downing family, wife of an aristocrat. Those are the identities people ascribe to Elsbeth, and as a result, those identities are what Elsbeth assigns to herself. How a woman sees herself is shaped by how others see her. Identity is, thus, social. As such, a woman's identity is how she perceives herself from how others perceive her. It's outside in, not inside out. It's a mental construct that can be shaped and reshaped by outside forces. Let's take Elsbeth again. Imagine a war breaking out and London falls. Elsbeth loses her aristocratic status and is banished to Suffolk. There, she ekes out a living as a cleaner and part-time nanny. She also adopts a new name, Abby. This identity change wasn't Elsbeth's choice. It was imposed by other people on her. Like it or hate it, she had to become Abby. Abby is no longer like Elsbeth. After all, she is not an English noble anymore. She has lost her poshness and is acting more like the common folk around her. What's the takeaway here? A woman's identity shapes everything about her. It constructs her thoughts, dictates her feelings, and governs her actions. And because identity is malleable and outside in, you can change it if you know how. A woman's identity is her one true master. Next, let's dig a little deeper into the concept of identity. A woman's identity is molded by external factors. It's not something she develops by her own choice. Her self exists at birth, but her first interactions shape who she grows into. As she matures, her interactions with family and friends shapes how she sees herself. This perception further solidifies into her identity. The master identity theory asserts that a woman's behavior aligns with her identity based on the expectations of others. Elsbeth, as a noble, is to exude sophistication and uphold proper behavior at all times, but Abby, as a commoner, is to do her work without airs or pretensions. Again, remember, Elsbeth and Abby are the same person. Despite their contrasting identities, they are the same self. Their behaviors diverged because their master identities changed under different social conditions. And since the master identity is shaped by her interactions with others, we can conclude this. You can shape a woman's identity by choosing how you interact with her. By selecting your words and actions strategically, you mold a woman's identity bit by bit. And in time, you can even control it. And once you control her identity, you control her thoughts, emotions, and actions. You become the master of her master identity. Amazing, I know. But how do you do that? I'll explain with a story. The story of the boiling frog. If you put a frog in hot water, it will jump out right away because it's too hot. To boil a frog and kill it, the trick is to put it in cool water and heat it slowly. This way, the frog won't notice until it's too late. And guess what? It's the same with women. A man's passion works like a switch. Flip it and he gets hot. A woman is like a heater. You need to allow it the time it needs to warm up. And that's why things like speed and efficiency don't apply to attraction. Love is a long game. Not only that, there are specific steps to take and rules to follow. Remember, you're not merely making her fall in love with you. You're crafting her master identity. Further, identity creation happens in specific stages. The first stage is intrigue. This is where you capture a woman's attention with a novel story or line. From there, you build on her interest to create deep rapport with her. This marks the second stage of the process, the rapport stage. Once intrigue and rapport are built, it's time to switch to high gear and kickstart the attract stage. This is where attraction happens, both sexual and emotional. She falls in love with you. Post-attraction stage is what we shoguns call emotional enslavement. This is where you install her master identity and put it under your control. Post-enslavement, you're the puppet master and she's the puppet. Intrigue, rapport, attract, and enslave. In Shogun Method, we call this the IRAE Model. It maps the 4 stages to a woman's identity creation and emotional enslavement. If you want to learn more about the IRAE Model, download a free digital book from me at iraemodel.com. Now understand this. Most men don't have to go until the enslaved stage. In fact, some simply aren't prepared to accept the truth that women must be emotionally enslaved to stay loyal to a man. Trust me, I get it. What I am giving you are options, and guess what? Options are always good. It's like packing a loaded Glock 19 under your belt. No need to pull it out until some lowlife tries to fuck with you in some dingy back alley. So, here's the deal. If your girlfriend or wife is obedient and treats you well, then I'm happy for you. If she's the psychotic kind or is disrespectful, it's nice to know you have the antidote to her shitty behavior. Worse, if you're losing her, then you want to stop her from walking out on you. And it all lies in 2 words. Emotional enslavement. A woman who is emotionally enslaved to you will not leave you. It's easy to understand why. When she needs you like water to drink and air to breathe, a breakup is impossible. Know this. Relationships that last for a lifetime are not built on love. It's all about dependency. You must make her depend on you emotionally and spiritually. Enslavement is key. And of course, this triggers many people, but I don't give a shit, because what I say is the truth. If you don't get it, I don't have time to convince you, sorry. But if you're one of the few men who understands and accepts this fundamental truth about women, then here's what to do. Be a shogun. Learn Shogun Method. Put your woman on the IRAE path. Bring her to the enslavement stage. Control her master identity and win. The path to masculine power is now laid out for you. All you need to do is to walk it.